Welcome, everyone, to the Winning Together podcast. Thank you for being here. This is Shay. I am Bruce Lee Aslett. Interesting name, right? Well, here at I Am Recovery, this is the team to connect with and really rock your recovery with. Find them at imrtc.com, 801-407-9998. They sponsor the Winning Together podcast, which you're listening to right now. Thank you for carving out time, making it a priority, having a partner in your persistence to pursue a rockstar recovery. That's how we find ways to win together. I want to share an insight with you in the road to recovery, and it is from the inspiration to anyone and everyone, Bruce Lee. And it's around his famous statement about being water. If you haven't ever heard that, I think it's important that you experience that. So here's a reminder.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
So valuable. There's so much insight there. Well, for those that have ears to hear, eyes to see, and hearts to heal. In doing a super abundant September, or finding yourself wherever you're at today in your recovery, maybe you're in a valley, maybe you're at a peak, maybe you're in the desert, as you're making your way and mapping out a future that is bigger than your past, be water, my friend. A big breakthrough I had in my determination to experience joy. Joy was my mission. I had a great life, a great wife, great kids, great job, treehouse, white picket fence, dream car, and I wasn't feeling my life at all. I even asked myself, does my life even need me anymore? Now, although I visited that place, I did not stay there. And the quest that got me out of that dark tar pit of despair time in my life was this attitude of it's change or F and die, and I will not die not knowing how to do joy. As I pursued that quest, one of the treasures that I picked up along the way from the dragons that I had to slay was how to become somebody that I wanted to be, but that I am not presently. To grow and be and experience progress, the person you are today cannot solve tomorrow's problems, but you can't jump ahead and always be focusing on the person you're going to be when you get to some place, because if you do that and don't notice the progress along the way, your life can be improving dramatically for years in all sorts of ways. And yet when you arrive at those places that you look at in the future, when they're present, they don't bring you joy. You don't feel complete. You might, notice yourself, but you're probably more interested in the people around you noticing you. Use that as a measure for who you are, what you do, and that kind of stuff. What my point is when I learned how to become Bruce Lee by being me, a whole world of possibility opened up for me. What I'm getting at, what I mean by that statement is Bruce Lee, that person, it doesn't matter if you like him or not. It doesn't matter if he inspires you or you think that's rad or you'd like to meet him or have dinner with him or get to know him or maybe you've never heard of him. It doesn't matter. You've got somebody in your life that evokes a feeling that is rad, possible, energetic, fun. A part of you it calls to. Well, for me, Bruce Lee. When I think about Bruce Lee, I think, that's great, unstoppable. That's the fighter in me. That's something I want to manifest more of in my life. But I don't become that person I want to be by imitating or trying to be like someone else. The only way I get there is by being more of me. You get to be more like the people you want to be like by being more of who you are. And that part of you that expansive, that is willing to do the approach and challenge way of dealing with stress and not the fight or flight or freeze. That part of you that punks out, put that part of you to bed and really let the part of you come out that is a problem solver and that will figure it out and that is the hero of your own story, that is the rock of your recovery, that is the really rad person you want to be around, that is somebody that you really want rad stuff for. And when you look in the mirror, you smile, genuinely appreciate that person in the mirror looking back at you. You get there by being more of you. So I become the Bruce Lee in my life by being more of me. So why does his axiom of be water, my friend, apply to you today in September 2021 on the Winning Together podcast? Because it's not about you. It's about the program. It's about the coaching. It's about the person you need to become. You can't get there from where you're at. But if you're willing to become water and assume the shape and the form and the work ethic and the attitude of that person you want to become, you become water and you take that shape. You don't try to hold on to your favorite vices and, just show up at groups and put on a good face. But really, when you're done with this recovery stuff, you'll just, do drugs better. You'll just drink liquor smarter. You got caught this time, but next time it'll be different. That PO just doesn't get it. The counselor across from you, they've never done heroin. How could they possibly understand what you're going through? When you're willing to allow who you are to become water, to feel the shape of the person you want to become, and you let go of how you need to flow, what you need to say, who you need to apologize to, who you need to meet with, how many meetings you need to come to. You're just flowing into that person that's greater than who you are, but you've been protecting this whole time. You've been holding on in your heart to that person where it's still possible for you to have a rock star relationship, where it's still possible You can be that dad that is present in the lives of your kids and your people, where it's still possible that you can make a career that is something you've got purpose in and fulfillment from. You make a ton of money with. You should have quit before now. But if you're listening to this right now, can't quit now. Can't stop now. It's time. Now. You become Bruce Lee by being more of you. Allow the rigid you, the loser you, the punk you, the bratty you, the unworkable you, the you who sleeps in, the you who binges on entertainment, the you that eats gas station food. You let it flow away. You leave it in yesterday. And you allow yourself to just become and form and shape and crash and flow into that greater you. Get with a coach. Find a partner that is willing to see you for all the good, all the bad, all the ugly. But they are prioritizing your potential just like you are. And you let an attitude of, Bruce Lee, I will do what it takes. Tell me what to do. You're where I want to be. How do I get there? Write it down. I'll do it. I'll come back in a week and it'll be done. Or I will have attempted and I will have failed magnificently. And in my failures, I'll find the solutions to my problems. Because I'm water. I flow. I become. You are defined by the choices you make in the near-term, present future. That means from now, when you're listening to this podcast, going forward, that's who defines who you are. Not your past. Not all the thoughts that pop into your head. Not all the emotions that you do or don't allow your body to express. You're not your smoking habit. You're not your vape juice. You're not your job. You're not your therapist. You're not your parents. Be water, my friend, and flow in to the shape of something that's greater than you. Get a coach. Call 801-407-9998. Find I Am Recovery, imrtc.com on the web. If they can't serve you or it's not a good match, they will help you find a good match or a good place to be. We win together. I found and discovered how I can become like Bruce Lee. But I don't become him by being like him. I become the Bruce Lee in my life by being more of me. I hope you take that attitude to heart and you hear it and you listen to it. It's super abundant. Stellar September 2021. Let it in. Be water. Let it flow to you. Be abundant. Be possible. Choose different. Show up in a way you haven't before. Just do the opposite of what you want to do. Find somebody who's where you want to be and just do what they tell you to do. Be water, my friend.
I said, empty your mind. Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
My friends, find reasons to win. allow the habit and the attitude of finding excuses to quit to flow away from you. It's not who you are anymore. You flow. You allow yourself to write down and write about and even just dare to dream and express it with somebody how you want to be and experience different by the end of September. You'll find a way. Your body knows the way. You've got inner wisdom. You've got intuition. If you can't trust yourself, quit denying it or ignoring it or pretending it doesn't exist. The great thing about the We and Together podcast is I don't care if you're in denial, if you lie to yourself, if you're stuck, if you vape, if you got parents, if you got kids, if you're a boy, if you're a girl, if you got legs, if you don't, if you can see, if you can't. If you've got a heart that you, a part of you that you've protected so that you can experience possibility, I see you. I will find you. We will find ways to win together. If I can't be there for you, I will find somebody who can. And you will attract the change that you want to be and experience in your life. And that, my friend, is finding and fighting for ways to win. Do it together. Be abundant. Do different. Flow. Crash. Fill that greater place and that greater space of you. Your world needs you. Your people need you. Your kids need you. Your parents need you. It's not about the old you anymore. It's about the person you're becoming. Love you.